Welcome to Jags Drive Time with Ashlyn Sullivan, John Oehser, and Brian Sexton. Jags Drive Time starts right now.
Energy now, let's go, energy.
3rd and 3, 4-man rush, Trevor drops, fires, caught, Marvin Jones Jr., first down on a crossing route, he got it.
Nice job, baby, nice job.
Shotgun for Trevor Lawrence, 4-man front for the Broncos. Trevor drops, fires toward the end zone. That ball is going to be caught for the touchdown. Marvin Jones Jr. for the score, and Jacksonville strikes first.
All together.
Coach Urban Meyer mic'd up against the Denver Broncos. Kind of cool to see the personality come out. We're still figuring this guy out, and that is definitely a place where you'll see a lot of personality come out on the sidelines. Welcome into Jaguars Drive Time on a Wednesday morning. Ashlyn Sullivan, Brian Sexton, and John Oehser here as we turn the page. That is what Wednesday is for. Onto a new week, week 3 against the Arizona Cardinals, who will come to town this weekend. And this is the toughest test yet. We said when we looked at the schedule, like week 1, week 2, all right, not so bad. Week 3, oh.
Well, and look, they've got some talented players, but the reason why it's such a tough challenge for them is because Kyler Murray in his 3rd season is hot. He is playing really, really well. If you look at David Carr, who's been around for, 7 years now, he's finally starting to play well. And I guess the point is that rookie quarterbacks sometimes take time for them to evolve and grow into who they're supposed to be. You're seeing it in the 3rd season for Kyler Murray. He is sensational right now.
Yeah, he's good, and he's a difficult matchup for the Jaguars.
I bet he is. Yeah. He is for everybody.
If you remember, in week 1, the issue was Tyrod Taylor extending plays and then going deep. Well, that's what this guy does. Yeah. He extends plays, and then he beats you after the coverage is broken down. He can do other things, too, but that's what he's really good at. The Jaguars, because of the way they play defense right now, meaning blitz, then play man behind it, are susceptible or have been susceptible to long passes to break down plays. Kyler Murray forces that issue.
Well, remember, they've built a team around him, right? It was last year, his 2nd year, they brought in DeAndre Hopkins. And, they drafted Christian Kirk, and they've added A.J. Green, who, despite the fact that his numbers aren't all that strong, right, matchup-wise, he's tough. He's a tall, long guy, and he's going to challenge a corner. So it's I hate this word because it just seems so trite, but it's a process of guys evolving and then building a team around him. And in his 3rd season, Kyler Murray is showing signs of being elite.
Yes, they play NFL Network in the lobby, and I was going to get a cup of coffee yesterday, and they were talking about Kyler Murray as an MVP candidate already.
Well, if you look at the numbers, right, all the the gambling and odds and stuff is now commonplace in the NFL. The odds are behind Lamar Jackson. No, behind Pat Mahomes is Murray, ahead of Lamar Jackson.
Crazy. All right, well, with that, let's get into big things. Big thing 1 is today's injury report. Laviska Shenault and Trey Herndon look to be a go this week, we think. C.J. Henderson's still up in the air. We'll hear from Coach Meyer this morning with some updates on this, but this will be notable, especially if C.J. Henderson appears to be out for weeks. Big thing 2 is taking chances. You are 0-2, started the season with 2 losses, so going for a couple 4th downs, maybe that's okay. Take some chances here or there because we know this roster is not going to match up favorably to many teams in the NFL. So maybe chances are playing young guys like Walker Little and Jay Tufele.
Both those guys are close. Both those guys just keep getting better in practice, and both the 2 guys you mentioned are trending positively. Those guys are every week in consideration to move up. We moved up Adam Gotsis this week, and he was one of the best, he's one of the players of the week. We're graded a very good effort. So, but those 2 are good names that are coming up the ranks.
Big thing 3 is tackles test. The Cardinals have Chandler Jones and J.J. Watt coming at your rookie quarterback. So Cam Robinson and Jawan Taylor, this is a big week for you. The head coach says they are building off positive momentum, however.
Our offensive line, it was very much a positive. They kept a nice solid pocket for him for the most part, obviously against 2 elite pass rushers. Jawan Taylor really hung in there. I know he chipped a little bit, it helped him, but for the most part he hung in there. They had 1 sack, and that was on a twist. But straight pass rush, we hung in there really well. I was really proud of the offensive line. They put us in position to win the game. If we didn't have a couple other areas where, we left, in the first half, we left 2 other touchdowns right there on the field. And, it's a whole different ballgame if you do that.
And that is big things. We'll go to big thing 2 because I know Brian has done some
Yeah.
research on this.
Well, I read the paper, right? The Wall Street Journal
That's
had the
research.
story the other day about.
Is your internet down?
I just thought maybe we would educate people that
All right.
this is a newspaper. There aren't many of them that you see printed anymore, and this is the Wall Street Journal, and they do a really good job with a different angle, and it says football is new fourth down math. And the story the other day, and where I was going with taking chances, is that the conventional wisdom was for the Ravens on Sunday night at their own 43 with a 2-point lead to punt and play defense, as opposed to giving Pat Mahomes the ball on their side of the field, needing about 10 yards to try a game-winning field goal, right? Most people would say, oh, no, you punt. I mean, most being like 99%. But the numbers say, right, and analytics has steadily grown from baseball into football, and they have a department here that they rely on. The numbers say go for it. On fourth down and a yard and a half, at your own 43 in that situation, says go for it. Because if you win, if you win the play, get the first down, it says that the chance of winning the game goes from 66% with a 2-point lead to 87%, right? It jumps to, and it's all numbers. I don't want to get too heavily into the numbers. But as I'm reading this, I'm thinking, and knowing that they use analytics here, is that with this football team and not having necessarily the same talent across the board as a lot of teams, maybe they need to do some of this. Maybe this is a year where you're not a contender, right? And you're building to a contender, and it's the first year of a coaching staff and a rookie quarterback. Become one of those teams that takes chances, John, and take more chances on fourth down and use the analytics to your benefit. That might be how you get back a win or two and become a 6 or 7 win team.
Wouldn't it be crazy if the entire analytics department was just like 4 guys sitting around reading the journal?
Isn't that right?
I don't think it is.
No,
but
I mean, those guys did a great job and put a lot of research into. I was just thinking, since you did your research, yes, this team is going to be in a situation this year when games are close, they will have decisions like this. And as Ashlyn said, considering right now, I don't know that it's realistic to think the Jaguars are going to out-talent that many teams.
Exactly.
When you think you have the better team, then you automatically want more possessions, and you want to perhaps be more conservative or be more by the book. In this case, I think there will be cases where they use analytics and go for it in different situations.
It's in yesterday's journal if anyone subscribes or wants to go online and look at it. But one of the things they talked about was having a distinct or a unique playmaker, right? Mm-hmm. So because they have Lamar Jackson in Baltimore, right, or Pat Mahomes, that made more sense to them. And you've got a quarterback, right, even though he's a rookie, that showed the ability to hang in the pocket and to make those throws. So I'm just saying, I really think the idea of being a more analytics-based team this year gives them more opportunities to win. And let me give you one example of it. And Andy Staples, who covers this team for The Athletic, wrote an article last spring about Kevin Kelly, who was a high school coach in Arkansas, coached a school that's kind of like Providence, right, a small Christian academy. And they went down because he never punts, never. Doesn't punt. Not once. Never punts and goes for it. And they went to Dallas and beat Highland Park, which is
beat the Cowboys. I said,
no. Let's do that. Beat Highland Park. It would be the same as a Providence or a small Christian school going down to Plantation.
St. Thomas Aquinas.
Yeah, right. Or
Palm Beach High.
Right, exactly. And beating one of those powerhouses, because Highland Park is a perennial powerhouse in Texas. Now the guy's the coach at Presbyterian in South Carolina, and changing the way that people approach it. I think it's smart. I think it's interesting. And I wouldn't say that I would be all in 100% analytics, but this year I think it really makes sense for them to take more chances. And it's Wednesday. They're 0-2. Why not introduce a topic like this? I think taking more chances might be the smart way for this team to be able to level the playing field and make some things happen this year.
I agree.
Okay.
Number one, there's no Palm Beach High. That doesn't exist.
Go Palms.
Go Palms at Palm Beach High. I think when it comes down to analytics, and it's funny to me when you look at the onside kick, for example. If it works, you're a hero, you're gutsy, you're fantastic.
Can't go there. That's my hot take.
When when it doesn't work, you're a moron. Yeah. It's just the way it goes.
Hold on that one.
Okay, I apologize.
No,
I always
hold on
steal
that one.
people's hot takes.
No,
I hate
hold
that.
on that one. Hey, one more thing I want to touch on real quick, and that's the test. Last week, you had Bradley Chubb, who was out of the game early with the ankle, and it appears now he's going to be gone for most of the season for the Broncos. And you had Von Miller. This week, you get Chandler Jones, who statistically is the best pass rusher in the league since he was traded from the Patriots in 2017. Had 5 sacks on opening day. Schooled the Titans' offensive line, which is generally considered a really good offensive line. Taylor Lewan gave up 2 of those sacks. You've got him on one side, and even though he's 10 years in the league, you got J.J. Watt on the other, and Watt can create some problems for you up front. Cam Robinson and Juwan Taylor go from the frying pan into the fire this week.
Yes. It's scary.
If they were good last week, they better be really good this week.
Big test for sure. All right, when we come back on Jaguars Drive Time, Josh Scobee joins the show. Former Jaguars kicker coming up right here on the Jaguars Digital Network.
Jags Drive Time is brought to you by TIAA Bank. Turn potential into progress. And by Publix, where shopping is a pleasure. Your family isn't like anyone else's. Your home shouldn't be either. At Dreamfinders Homes, you can build the home of your dreams in one of their 30-plus communities in Northeast Florida. Choose from luxury single-family homes or maintenance-free townhomes from the 200s. Dreamfinders specializes in homes built to fit your lifestyle. To find out more, call 904-738-0165 or visit dreamfindershomes.com.
Hi folks, Frank Frangie here to tell you where to find the most authentic Southern Pit barbecue in all of Jacksonville. That's right, Bono's. For 72 years, Bono's has been smoking real pit barbecue right here on the First Coast. Smoked for hours, served in minutes, and always cut to order. You can find Bono's locations all around town and on game day at TIAA Bank Field. Bono's is the official barbecue of the Jacksonville Jaguars. If you want great barbecue, head to Bono's today. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
This is Ice-T,
Stone Cold Steve Austin, and
Matty Ice.
This is a cold call.
I convinced NFL teams to turn to cold water washing with Tide.
The NFL, your uniforms get dirty.
Tide can handle it, even in cold. Plus, if fans join in, they can save up to $150 on their energy bill.
looks like you just made the team, rookie.
Turn to cold with Tide.
And that's the bottom line.
It's got to be Tide. Energy savings based on average when switching from hot to cold and non-HE machines.
Over 30 communities to choose from with the best selection of move-in ready homes, quality, value, personalization. That's the Dreamfinders Homes difference. Visit dreamfindershomes.com. We're back, Jaguars Drive Time. It is Wednesday, and kicker Josh Lambo has been a big topic on this show lately, so who better to bring in than former Jaguars kicker Josh Scobee here to Jaguars Drive Time. We haven't seen you lately. How are you doing?
Good. Just kind of getting over COVID in our household. So, fortunately on the good side of it now, but, can't complain other than that.
I'm liking the man cave there. That's a pretty cool office. Things aren't too bad.
This was where I was quarantined. So, it could have been worse. I'll tell you that. This is I call it my golf room because I have a golf simulator over that direction. It could have been much worse. And I was fortunate to be in here and, not where a lot of people were having to quarantine. So it wasn't that bad.
Scobes, yesterday, Ashlyn said, "Hey, did Josh ever go through something like this in his career?" I went, No, Josh nailed every kick.
I wish that were true.
Yeah, right.
No.
No, look, every kicker goes through something like this. So you're the kicking coach, right? In this little scenario here. How do you handle a guy who's missed his first 3 kicks of the season, and everybody's pointing the finger and saying you're the problem?
I would tell him to not try and press, because anytime you press as an athlete, you get out of your normal routine and you get out of the things that you know that work for you. Obviously, let's get it straight though. The 3 kicks that he's had to start the season out haven't exactly been short kicks, as we all know, or easy kicks, especially the last 2 that he had at home. They were long kicks, and the weather wasn't ideal. It's raining. He had missed the kick the week before. And as a kicker, you want to get off to a good start in the season. And it's hard to start out with your first attempt being from, was it 55 against Houston, and then 52, and then 48. So if you miss one, you're wanting to make the next one to build some momentum. But once you miss the second one, it starts to compound and you get a domino effect. And then he has another tough one, 48-yarder. And now it's a thing. And I think we've all become accustomed to Lambeau being so automatic with these long kicks that we're shocked that he's missing them. Obviously, you never want to start out missing any kick, whether it's 30 yards or 55 yards, but he's going to have to grind today. This is their first day of practice for the week, so he's going to be grinding today to make that first kick in practice, and have a great day today, tomorrow, and Friday, and hopefully roll that over into the game.
Josh, is it hunting season? I can barely see you with that shirt.
Oh, here we go.
I know, I am kind of camouflaged here. Yeah, sorry about that.
I like it.
This is my.
Hey,
you're not the first person to say that.
I'm sure I'm your favorite person to say that.
Top 10 for sure.
Top 10. Is it just a matter of hitting that first one, Josh, and getting back into it at this point?
Yeah, it is. It's kind of like a golf analogy. It only takes one shot or one kick made to get you back in a comfortable rhythm, and that it's really just about confidence. Making the next kick for him will be huge. It could be an extra point, but most likely it'll be a field goal that'll get him back with his confidence level. And like I said a second ago, we've just all become accustomed to him being so good and so accurate and seeing the ball going down the middle every time that when he misses one, we're shocked. And even, I'm shocked whenever he does. That's how good he's been since he got here. So I think we all need to just kind of chill out, and he probably needs to do the same thing and just concentrate on going 1 for 1. The next kick, make the next kick, go 1 for 1, and do that over and over and over, and not think about what his percentage is going to be for the end of the year, but just worried about going 1 for 1.
Ashlyn wanted to cut him on Monday, by the way.
I did not say that. I was presenting a situation.
She said, you're right. She said that they should bring in another kicker, which is what a lot of people were saying, right? Just putting Ashlyn on the spot there. My philosophy is different. They tried the pressure approach with him. Urban Meyer stood next to him on the practice field a lot during the summer. I think I think Urban's handled it right this week. Just go with this guy, give him another chance. So 2-part question. 1, how do you get the mental side of it right? How would you get the mental side of it right? And the second part is, how long do you go with a guy before you have to bring someone in, at least to change up the dynamic on the practice field?
Well, I would say as far as the mental part, it's really just about getting back out in practice and building your confidence. But at the same time, that the game is coming on Sunday, and you're very, very anxious as a kicker. And, any position for that matter, if you had a bad game before, that you're very anxious to get back to the game so you can get that next play to build confidence for you. He just needs to get out there and make the next kick, and I guarantee he'll feel fine. I've never had a start to my career or my season, that is, the way he has. So I really don't know exactly how he's feeling. But I'm assuming he's very anxious right now, just wanting to get to the game. And I'm glad that Urban is handling it the way he is, because Lambeau has a good enough track record here that he should be given the benefit of the doubt and given the opportunity to come back this next game and make a kick. However, if he does have a bad game, then I'm assuming they're going to be bringing guys in to look for competition. But as a Jaguar fan and a Lambeau fan, I mean, I'm hoping that he comes out and has a great game, and we're not going to be thinking about this by week 4.
Well, Josh Scobee, we appreciate your insight. His next chance is this Sunday against the Arizona Cardinals. We hope you have an awesome day in the man cave, on the golf course, whatever you're doing. Thank you for joining the show.
All of the above, yes.
Josh, you're great.
Yep. Good life over there. When we come back on Jaguars Drive Time, some This or That here on the Jaguars Digital Network.
Jags Drive Time is presented in part by Dreamfinders Homes, homes that fit your lifestyle, and Baptist Health, changing healthcare for good. Your family isn't like anyone else's. Your home shouldn't be either. At Dreamfinders Homes, you can build the home of your dreams in one of their 30-plus communities in Northeast Florida. Choose from luxury single-family homes or maintenance-free townhomes from the 200s. Dreamfinders specializes in homes built to fit your lifestyle. To find out more, call 904-738-0165 or visit dreamfindershomes.com.
This is Chantel Chark, wife of DJ Chark. Enter for your chance to win a once-in-a-lifetime experience with the Jaguars. Imagine being selected as a Jaguar for the day with prizes including a behind-the-scenes tour of the stadium, a personalized Jaguars jersey, club-level tickets to a Jaguars home game, and more. Look for details at Publix, where you can pick up all your game day needs, including Tide, Bounty, and Crest. Tackle everything in one stop. Available at Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
At ViStar, we believe in better. And that means treating people better with friendly, personal service that's kept our members happy since 1952. A smile and personal greeting when you enter the branch, an online or phone chat for those quick questions, and a call center that's open every day. If you believe that great service is better, join ViStar. Visit ViStarCU.org. All loans subject to approval, insured by NCUA.
Price.com is the easiest way to save money with comparison shopping, cashback, and coupons all in one. It's free. Try Price.com today.
This or that. This or that.
It's time for This or That, presented by Price.com here on Jaguars Drive Time, and we are going to Brian Sexton.
Yeah, let me give you the numbers.
Teased us.
Yeah, let me give you the numbers with the analytics on this. Just
Here we go.
That was part
Give
of the
a
topic.
theme.
So the onside kick on Sunday in college football, the onside kick success percentage. John, what do you think it is?
I know this actually. It's 31.8.
It was 23.8 last year, but yeah, I mean, I think over time it's about 25%. Yeah, so it's about 25%. What do you think it is in the NFL?
8.
You weren't supposed to guess the exact number. I told you the other day. It's 8%, and the rule has changed in the NFL. You have to have 5 guys on either side of the ball. You can't overstack one side or the other, which you can still do in college football. So with that being known in the situation on Sunday, no one asked him about it, right? And I'm not condemning it. I'm just onside kick or not in that situation. 5:26, 2 timeouts left to play. Now, I think if they had gotten the 2-point conversion, they'd probably kick it deep, right? Because then it's a 1-score game. But just your thoughts on the onside kick at the end of the game the other day.
I didn't love it because I'm conventional wisdom NFL guy, and right there, conventional wisdom says to kick, play defense. You've got 5 minutes left, and if you are successful defensively and quick offensively, you can get 2 more possessions. So I didn't love it, but just earlier in the show, Brian's sitting there saying go for everything. So
yeah.
So
I didn't say go for. I didn't say go for every onside kick, but
he didn't even want to punt 5 minutes ago.
Or the guy at Presbyterian
We're never punting.
onside kicks all the time.
Right.
So I mean, maybe not. I don't know. Again, if you look at it objectively, you think it is a 2-score game. There's 5:26. You only have 2 timeouts. Their numbers may have said onside kick all the time. Maybe they went for it because that's what the numbers say. I don't. No one asked him about it in the post game, and I didn't get down there quick enough to get a chance to ask. So.
Well, there's a press conference today.
You bet.
You should ask him.
It's past now.
And we'll report back
Yeah.
tomorrow morning.
Sure.
John, what you got?
I have force Kyler Murray into mistakes or lose the game.
Oh, that's
and I think
intense.
that's really the either or. The problem is, Kyler Murray makes mistakes. He has 3 interceptions, and his MO is to throw an interception once a game. And it's probably high, but generally speaking, he's going to throw you the ball. But he has this weird knack of overcoming it, so it really doesn't matter. So I don't think you can win without forcing him into a few mistakes, because he is an otherworldly talent who believes that his arm talent can beat you. He's usually right. Sometimes he's wrong to get the pick. If you don't get the picks, you're not going to win. I think they have to get more than one to have a chance to beat this guy. I think they have to turn him into points.
And this is even more so, we keep talking about the opportunities there and the ball's in their hands and they don't make the play. This is the week you have to make the play.
Yeah.
You have to make the catch.
Yeah, it's hard to see them winning this one without a defensive touchdown, or one where, all of a sudden they flip the field. Not only flip the field, they got an extra possession. And he'll give you the opportunity, but he won't always let you win based on that opportunity.
I'm a players, not plays guy. In other words, it's the players, not the scheme. But this week, Joe Cullen is going to have to dial up some blitzes, and guys are going to have to get home, right? I mean, so it still comes down to players making plays. Guys like Caleb on Chason, who was all over the offensive backfield on week 1, but really had one play in the backfield, and it was a good one, the tackle for a loss. Joe's got to dial up the right blitz this week, and then guys have got to get home, because you can't sit back with his arm and ask a depleted secondary to cover DeAndre Hopkins. Jalen Ramsey's the only guy I've ever seen shut down DeAndre Hopkins.
Speaking of that secondary, my this or that is Trey Herndon takes on a major role this week, or the secondary is in trouble. I say this because C.J. Henderson, with the way Coach Meyer talked about him in his Monday press conference, it said a minor groin injury, but it doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound like C.J. Henderson will be a go this week. Trey Herndon comes back. This is a lot to ask of him, but Shaq Griffin isn't playing as well as we would have hoped at least the first 2 weeks, so there's a lot of pressure on Trey Herndon against guys like you mentioned, DeAndre Hopkins, A.J. Green, and Christian Kirk. So I hate to put this pressure on Trey Herndon, but it's on there.
It's there, and that's why you make the big check. It's absolutely. Herndon's got to come back. Tyson Campbell is more physically gifted than Trey Herndon is, but Trey Herndon understands the game better and has made plays on the field. So this is that we talked earlier about, would you rather have rookies or veterans? I think that was last week we talked about that. And this week you'd rather have the veterans out there. And, he's coming off of a knee. You don't know where he is percentage-wise. How healthy is he? But they need him, especially if C.J. Henderson is going to be questionable or a game-time decision, which it sounds like he will be. You're going to need Herndon to make plays, because those other 3 receivers, and Christian Kirk is a matchup nightmare in and of himself. He's so quick. Those guys can make a secondary that's not playing well play bad.
Yeah, this goes back to me. They have to get a couple of picks because the Cardinals are going to score. I mean, it defies logic to think that these receivers with this quarterback are not going to hit a couple of big plays against this defense. So the way you do that is you break serve, or the way you beat that is you break serve. When the ball is in your hands on defense, you have to make the play and turn that into points just to stay even.
Oh boy, and that is this or that, presented by Price.com. When we come back on Jaguars Drive Time, some closing thoughts.
Your family isn't like anyone else's. Your home shouldn't be either. At Dreamfinders Homes, you can build the home of your dreams in one of their 30-plus communities in Northeast Florida. Choose from luxury single-family homes or maintenance-free townhomes from the 200s. Dreamfinders specializes in homes built to fit your lifestyle. To find out more, call 904-738-0165 or visit dreamfindershomes.com. You know what you expect at an airport hotel. A bed, a shuttle that's never on time, and if you're lucky, a day-old Danish on your way out the door. But at the Crowne Plaza Jacksonville Airport, you get a renovated lobby, restaurant, and bar, and 10,000 square feet of luxurious space for memorable family and business events. So stop by, stay a while, and expect to be surprised. Crowne Plaza Jacksonville Airport. Book online or call 1-877-2-CROWN. That's 1-877-227-6963.
This is Ice-T,
Stone Cold Steve Austin, and
Matty Ice.
This is a cold call.
I convinced NFL teams to turn to cold water washing with Tide.
The NFL, your uniforms get dirty.
Tide can handle it, even in cold. Plus, if fans join in, they can save up to $150 on their energy bill.
Looks like you just made the team, rookie.
Turn to cold with Tide.
And that's the bottom line.
It's got to be Tide. Energy savings based on average when switching from hot to cold and non-HE machines.
Jaguars Drive Time on a Wednesday, brought to you by Jet Home Loans. Busy day today as the Jaguars are back on the practice field, getting ready for the Cardinals this Sunday here in Jacksonville. Coach Meyer, press conference, 11:30. Trevor Lawrence and Rayshon Jenkins at 2:30. You can watch that at jaguars.com/live. Then huddle up with Bucky Brooks this afternoon, and we'll be back tomorrow morning right here on Jags Drive Time.
It's been